What is up, you guys? Gold Pony here today in the 2017 Subaru Impreza. Super excited to try this one out today, courtesy of Faulkner Subaru in Mechanicsburg, PA. And so let me just cut right to it, starting with pricing. There are 4 different trim levels for this one. First one being the 2.0i. That one's going to start at $18,395. Then there is going to be the premium. That one's going to start at $21,195. Then there is the Sport for $21,995. And lastly, the Limited for $24,095. And I should also mention this one is available in sedan version or hatchback. And if you want to go with the hatchback, simply add $500 to those prices I just gave you there. But then, of course, regardless of what trim level you go with, the power plant is going to remain the same. And that power is going to come from a 2-liter horizontally opposed boxer engine, pointing out 152 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 145 pound-feet of torque available at 4,000 RPM. And that power is going to be sent to all 4 wheels through Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive system. And yes, that is standard on every trim level. Every trim level does come with all-wheel drive. And you will have 2 transmission options available, one of them being the Lineartronic CVT, which is on most Subarus. The other one, a 5-speed manual transmission if you wanted a little more control. And that 5-speed manual is available on the base trim and the sport trim only. Anyways, as far as some of the handling characteristics, there is vehicle dynamic control and traction control for all trims. Also, if you go with the sport trim, which is the one I am in today, that one is also going to come with active torque vectoring. Now, what that one's going to do is it's going to work with the VDC system, applying braking power to the inside front wheels, resulting in better handling and higher cornering limits. Definitely a good thing. And as far as the MPGs go, that's going to come in at 28 in the city, 37 on the highway, using regular fuel, which is all not bad at all considering this one comes standard with all-wheel drive. And another really sweet thing that Subaru always does is they put 4-wheel disc brakes on all their trim levels, so there's no front disc rear drum brakes on this one. And if you go with the sport trims, you are going to get larger front rotors as well. And then let me touch on visibility a little bit. I have a really good size rear window back there, and I will say, since I have the sport trim, I got that rear spoiler back there as well. Definitely looks awesome, but perfect visibility in the back, no issues for me. So now, another thing I have not mentioned to you guys yet is the Cvt transmission actually does come with paddle shifters, and if you slide the shifter over to the left, you can put it in that manual shift mode. So now, let's test out the paddle shifters, see how quickly they react, and make sure they don't shift for us here. Not too freaking bad, actually. I took it right up to 4,000 RPM. And so what I did was I held it there for a couple seconds and it didn't shift. So I am a huge fan that there actually is a manual shift mode that you can leave it in and the car is not going to shift for you. And as far as the quickness of the paddle shifters, they were pretty quick. And so now, since I have not done it yet, let me do a quick little acceleration here and we will see how quickly we can get the 2017 Impreza Sport here up to speed. And here we go. Alright, you can definitely tell it's a CVT transmission. I have a feeling acceleration in this thing is going to be a heck of a lot more fun if you put it in the manual shift mode or if you go with a 5-speed manual. And so, but now let me touch on the exterior a little bit here. And so let me start by saying, for 2017, the Impreza has been completely redesigned. And so up front, there are multi-reflector halogen headlights. And then if you go with the limited trim, you do get LED steering responsive headlights with fog lights as well. But then swinging around to the side, there are black side mirrors on the base trim. If you go with the other trims, you're going to get body colored side mirrors, and if you go with the sport or limited, you're going to get integrated turn signals as well. And I will say, since I have the sport trim today, you are also going to get side skirts if you go with the sport trim, which look freaking awesome. And as far as the wheel sizes go, for the base trim, that's going to come with 16 by 6.5 inch steel wheels with covers. Premium trim is going to come in at the same size, but they are going to be alloy wheels. Limited trim is going to come in at 17 by 7 inches, and lastly, I saved the sport for last because this is the biggest wheel size, coming in at 18 by 7.5 inches, and they are 5-spoke aluminum alloys, of course. But then if you were looking for roof rails, as many Subarus do come with, the trims that you're going to want to be looking at are either the premium or the limited hatchback. They are both going to come standard with roof rails. But then swinging around to the back, there is a rear spoiler on all trims but the base and premium sedans. And since we're back here, there is a single exhaust down below there, so as always, here is that exhaust clip. since we're around back, checking out the cargo capacity, if you go with the sedan, that's going to come in at 12.3 cubic feet. If you go with the hatchback, that's going to come in at 20.8 cubic feet. And if that wasn't quite enough, there are fold-down rear seats as well for a ton of added space if you needed it. But then swinging up to those rear seats, as far as the rear seat legroom goes, that's going to come in at 36.5 inches. So for reference, I am even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had going on back there. And if you were looking for a fold-down rear armrest with cup holders, that is going to be standard on the limited trim only. But then moving up front, there are manually adjustable seats on all trims, but the limited, if you go with the limited, that's going to come with 6-way power adjustable seats, and that's going to come with leather as well. And if you go with the premium trim and up, those front seats will be heated. But then as far as the steering wheel goes, it is tilt and telescoping. They have larger grips on this one, which I am definitely a fan of. Always a fan of the big grips. Makes me feel like I got better control of the car, but that's personal preference. Anyways, between the tilt and telescoping steering wheel and the seats, definitely able to find my perfect driving position there. And as far as the startup goes, let me show you guys the key here. You got your lock, and unlock is going to be the Subaru button in the middle there, believe it or not. And then you can pop the trunk in the very bottom button as well, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, this is keyless entry, so just leave the key in your pocket or put it anywhere in the vehicle, put your foot on the brake, press the engine start button, and then upon startup, the gauges are going to do a full sweep, and they are going to come in a black and red look. And the cool thing about the black part is it's kind of a carbon fiber look as well, so definitely goes with the sport trim and that awesome sport spoiler in the back, so everything ties together very well. And so, but anyways, there is a digital setup in between the speedometer and tachometer up here. It's going to let you know if it's freezing outside. It's going to show you a little snowflake like it is right now because it is 31 degrees out. Definitely cold. Also going to tell you your average miles per gallon, as well as there's going to be a miles per gallon meter at the top, letting you know how well you're driving when it comes to miles per gallon at least. And it's also going to let you know how many miles you have left until you hit empty up there. Definitely good there. There's another little display screen I wanted to show you guys. Is located above the infotainment center here, and that's going to be controlled using the steering wheel mounted controls. And so if you just press the info button, there's going to be a bunch of different things you could scroll through, like different statistics on the car. It's going to show you your oil temp, average speed, what radio station's on, average miles per gallon, and the time and day of the week, of course. So that's pretty cool up there. And now before I get into the infotainment system, let me go over interior quality a little bit here, because this is a very sporty look, which I'm a huge fan of. And so up top of the glove box here, there is a soft touch leather. Definitely feels good. And there is red stitching through that black leather as well to tie in with the gauges, and the red stitching on the steering wheel and the shift boot. And then there's a carbon fiber accented look throughout the vehicle, like on the doors, also just above the glove box there, and actually on the center light as well. Kind of interesting. And I will say, as far as the moonroof goes, this one does have it, and that is going to come optional for the premium trim and up. But now back to that infotainment center there. And if you're looking at the base or premium trims, that's going to come with the Starlink 6.5-inch multimedia display. If you go with the sport or limited, you're going to be looking at a Starlink 8-inch multimedia display, and that is what you're looking at right now. And one of the sweetest things about this one, you guys, if you don't know about it already, every trim level is going to come standard with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, meaning you can hook your phone up to the car, display Google Maps on your phone, and that is going to give you a free navigation system for every trim level. But also, this one is going to come with Bluetooth, Pandora, and a Subaru navigation system is going to be optional on the limited. But like I said, if you go with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you have navigation through your phone anyways. And then, as far as the audio system goes, the base trim is going to come with 4 speakers. The other trims are going to come with 6. And there is going to be an optional sound system available for the sport and limited trims. That's going to be an 8-speaker sound system from Harman Kardon with 432 watts. And this one does just happen to come with that Harman Kardon system, so let's test it out. Nothing like a little 3 days grace to wake you up in the morning, right? Anyways, tons of bass on this one. Definitely crystal clear. I'm a huge fan of that sound system. And so, but last thing I wanted to mention on this screen is when you put the car in reverse, there is a reverse camera with grid lines, so it's going to let you know as you turn the steering wheel what direction you are heading. Definitely an awesome feature. And actually, and I gotta say, the Impreza's rear view camera looks a lot wider. Looks like it has a lot wider view than most rear view cameras I'm used to seeing. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. This is definitely a wider view. By the way, this rear view camera does come standard on all trims. I do want to mention that as well. But as always, that leads me into safety. So to start, let me mention again, this one does come standard with Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive on all trims. That is one of the best safety features on this one. And of course, there are front, side, and side curtain airbags, and there is a driver's knee airbag on all trims as well. That does not come standard on every vehicle. And then in the back, there are rear child door locks as well as latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children. There is a tire pressure monitoring system as well. And then optional on the premium trim and up, there is going to be Subaru Eyesight, which comes with adaptive cruise control, lane departure and sway warning, lane keep assist, and pre-collision braking. That's going to help you out with the braking when you're not paying attention and the car feels that a collision is imminent. And so, but anyways, that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to check me out on all this stuff I'm going to put at the bottom of the screen right there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold!